Hello Bookish friends, welcome to another Try a Chapter video. In this video I will listen to first chapters of some of the books in my audiobook application that I'm not very sure of, and I will decide if I still want to keep them on my Goodreads TBR or not. Like the previous years, my primary goal this year is to reduce the number of books on my Goodreads TBR and make some even digital space for other books that I want to read. And in this video I will try a chapter of Vita Nostra by Marina and Sergey Dyachenko, Notes and an Execution by Danya Kukafka, O Gece Gördüm Onu by Drago, Jancar, Miss Buncle's book by D.A. Stevenson, and The Midwife by Tricia, Cresswell. The first book that I will try a chapter of is Vita Nostra, and I most probably heard about this book from a booktube video and edit this book accordingly. To be honest, I do not know much about this book, so I do not have any idea if this book is for me or not. I listened to a section of the first chapter of Vita Nostra by Marina and Sergey Dyachenko. And in this chapter, we met Sasha and her mother. They are vacationing at a beach in a small town in Russia. And in the first day, Sasha is quite eager to go to sea and swim. She also starts to observe the people living nearby and also the people that she sees in the town. And the next book that I will try a chapter is Notes of an Execution by Danya Kukafka. When I made the list of books for this video, I was not really sure about the idea of reading a book about an execution. However, in the short time period of making this and recording the video, I saw Heather's video in which she read this book and really enjoyed it. So I have high expectations for this one. I listened again a section of the first chapter of Notes on an Execution. This book follows a man condemned to an execution. We start the timeline 12 hours left for the execution time. The prisoner is visited by a chaplain, and he prays for the prisoner. And then the prisoner starts talking about what is happening around him, and he describes the surroundings with a quite clear mindset. The third book that I will try a chapter of is O Gece Gördüm Onu by Drago, Jancar. I saw this book in a booktuber's video who's doing videos in Turkish, and she was really impressed by this book. I decided to give it a try and put it on my TBR. However, when I looked at the synopsis of the book, it felt like a book that I really might not like. So I listened to the first chapter of O Gece Gördüm Onu by Drago, Jancar. This book was also translated to English as I saw her that night. And in this book we follow Stefan, who's a Serbian soldier about to be surrendered to Allied forces. And while it is devastating for him, he also reminisces about the times that his wife Veronica left him and her horse, which became his property now, about 7 years ago, and how this situation is quite similar to the time that his wife left him. It is the next day, and I will try the first chapter of Miss Buncle's book by D.E. Stevenson. I've heard about this book from Krista, and she quite liked this book. However, I have abundance of cozy books on my TBR, And this was a book that I wanted to try if I will like it or not. I listened to the first chapter of Miss Buncle's book by D.A. Stevenson, and in this chapter we first of all meet the residents of the village through the eyes of the delivery boy, and when he delivers to Miss Buncle's house, we meet the housekeeper. And after that, we finally meet Miss Buncle, and she receives a letter from a publisher that her book titled The Chronicles of an English Village has been accepted, and they want to publish her book. Last book that I will try a chapter of is The Midwife by Tricia Cresswell. This book is a historical fiction book that I thought was interesting when I saw it on my application. However, I have not heard anything about this book, so I really want to give it a try to see if I still want to keep it on my TBR or not. So I listened actually the first 4 chapters of The Midwife by Tricia Cresswell because they were very short. And in these chapters, a man finds a woman very near to death in a harbor in London, and he brings her to a doctor. After struggling to keep her alive, she wakes up from her half coma, but she has no idea where she came from or who she is. So after trying a chapter of those 5 books, I've certainly decided to unhaul Vita Nostra. Although the plot and the synopsis sounded interesting, I really had trouble connecting with the writing style. So that was a quite easy decision for me. The decision to unhaul Notes of an Execution was a bit harder because I was very interested in the plot of the book, and the fact that Heather really liked it made me consider if I should keep the book. However, because I have so many other really good mystery and crime books on my TBR that I'm very excited to read, I've decided to unhaul Notes on an Execution as well. I've decided to keep O Gece Gördüm Onu because unlike the previous 2 books, even though the synopsis did not capture me, I really liked the writing style, and it grabbed me into the story very easily. And it is also a book from a country that I have not read before. So after listening to the first chapter, I really want to try that one. I very much enjoyed the first chapter of Miss Buncle's book, and I think this will be a quite witty book, which is a mood that needs to clearly stay in my TBR because of all the crime and mystery books. Last but not least, I like the first few chapters of The Midwife the best. I really like a mystery with a main character who loses their memory, and the fact that it takes place in a Victorian London setting also makes it much more appealing for me. Overall, I've decided to unhaul 2 books and keep the other 3. So those were my thoughts on the 5 books that I've tried a chapter of. Please comment down below, have you read any of the books that I mentioned in this vlog, and what did you think of them? If you're a new viewer, first of all, welcome. Please like and subscribe. Hope to see you very soon. Bye. For Turkish word of the day, I'm going to choose midwife. Midwife means ebe in Turkish, and ebe is our Turkish word of the day. Have a good day.